Now at 6, spring term could be on hold for Portland Community College students after a deadline to reach a deal with striking workers passed last night. When spring term could now start and how that could impact students' financial aid ahead in a live report.
Plus, Kaiser Permanente and the Oregon Federation of Nurses and Health Professionals have finally reached a tentative deal after more than a year of bargaining. We'll break down their new contract coming up. And later,
everyone of my purveyors this week has contacted me and reluctantly said, yeah, we're going to have to charge you a fuel charge.
Rising fuel costs from the war in Iran is starting to take a toll on Oregon's fishing and seafood industries, which could mean higher costs for consumers. How it may impact your next grocery shopping trip in just a few minutes as your News at Sunrise starts right now. Good morning, and thank you for joining us on your Tuesday. I'm China Green.
and I'm Matthew Herchick. Glad to have you with us. Chris McGinnis is off today, so it's just Rod on his own again there back in the Weather Center. You're feeling lonely, Rod?
You guys are talking a little lonely, You guys are talking things that are expensive. I'm talking about something that's free. Are you ready?
Rain?
Yeah, you said free water sounds a little more sexy, I think. Free water.
Don't ever say sexy on him this morning.
Don't ever.
Again.
Here we go. We have solid, steady rain expected to move in today. Right now it's raining north of Longview up to Seattle and also around Long Beach. Our story has had just a touch. And we have some dry time yet to come. Any showers in Portland before 8 o'clock will be just of a spritzy or traceable matter. So pretty dry next couple of hours. But eventually the steady rain will come in. It looks like that could happen in the 10 o'clock hour. And then it's a steady rain band. It won't stop raining all the way through at least 4 this afternoon. And at times that rain will be coming down a pretty good clip. 55 degrees as we look at our state capital in Salem, and it's 54 in Portland from the Rose City camera. So it's a dry start, or at least dry out at the bus stop this morning. But by lunchtime recess, it is raining. And when the kids get out of school to come back home, it will be raining and temperatures will be in the mid-50s. Back to you.
Thank you, Rod. Portland Community College could be forced to push back the start of the spring quarter as staff members continue to strike and representatives from the college and unions failed to reach an agreement last night, and now tensions are rising. 2
unions at PCC have now filed an unfair labor practice against the college. Sunrise reporter Thomas Schultz joins us now from PCC in North Portland. Thomas, what are the unions alleging here?
Yeah, well, guys, in the complaint, 2 unions allege that the college tried to dissuade workers from participating in union activities. They also claim that administrators have unlawfully told union members to tell supervisors if they plan to go on strike. This escalation comes as the strike has persisted for almost 2 weeks now. Yesterday, PCC upped its offer to include a 5% wage hike over the next 2 years. This is the first time employees at an Oregon community college have ever hit the picket lines. More than 2,000 faculty and staff are striking for better pay and say PCC is instead prioritizing special projects. PCC says they're dealing with lower enrollment. And students, meanwhile, have been unable to take final exams or even register for spring courses, which were set to begin on March 30th. Without a deal, PCC administrators told us last week they'll likely have to delay the start of the spring quarter by a week.
We would be looking at moving the start of term by probably a full week, because we would still need time once folks are back from the strike to finish out winter term.
We reached out to the school about unfair labor practice claims. They told us they've received notification of the complaint and will submit a response in the next 2 weeks. But guys, as long as this strike persists, it will continue to back up the start of that spring term. And it's not just school that'll be impacted. Financial aid payments are being delayed as long as this goes on as well. Matthew, China.
Thomas, thank you. Meantime, Portland Public Schools and the Teachers Union have agreed to shorten the school year to make up for a budget shortfall. Teachers will make 4 furlough days, 2 in May and June. The school year will now end a few days earlier on June 5th. Portland Public Schools' mid-year budget gap has grown to $14 million. The district is also facing another $50 million deficit next school year.
After more than a year at the bargaining table, Kaiser Permanente and the Oregon Federation of Nurses and Health Professionals have reached a tentative contract agreement. The issue came to a head last fall when thousands of Kaiser workers went on strike in Oregon and Southwest Washington. The new deal covers nearly 5,000 healthcare workers across the region and includes a wage increase of more than 21% over the life of the contract.
An update this morning. Authorities report one of the juveniles stopped following a Saturday evening shooting at the Clackamas Town Center Max platform has been taken into custody. Now, no one was hurt, but deputies say that 4 juveniles in a stolen car led them on a chase along I-205 before crashing into several vehicles near the Washington Street exit. 3 others were minors were stopped on I-205 bike path. Police recovered 2 guns and say that more arrests may follow as the investigation continues.
Police say they are still looking for the suspect or suspects after a shooting in Hillsborough that sent 3 teenagers to the hospital. Now, that happened around 10 o'clock back at the Northwest Event Center on Century Boulevard. All 3 teens are expected to survive.
With any teenage juvenile type of investigation, we become very limited as to what information we're even allowed to share. Detectives are looking into every lead, obviously seeking additional information from people that may have seen or heard about what happened, just to help with the case.
Now, again, as of this morning, no one has been arrested. But President Donald Trump says he's postponing planned strikes on Iran's power plants just hours before a self-imposed deadline.
This comes after the president said that he had productive conversations with Tehran to end the war in Iran. NBC's Gabe Gutierrez has more from Washington, D.C.
Amid new attacks in the war against Iran, President Trump is telling the Pentagon to postpone by 5 days more serious strikes against Iran's energy infrastructure after surprise negotiations.
We have major points of agreement. I would say almost all points of agreement.
A major change in tone after the president Saturday threatened to obliterate Iran's power plants if the country did not reopen the crucial Strait of Hormuz within 48 hours. Now,
we're doing a 5-day period. We'll see how that goes. And if it goes well, we're going to end up with settling this. Otherwise, we'll just keep bombing our little hearts out.
But multiple Iranian officials publicly claim there have been no direct talks. The president saying his special envoy Steve Witkoff and son-in-law Jared Kushner are speaking with the Iranian regime, though he would not say with whom.
I can't. Mr. President, I know you deploy because I don't want him to be killed. I think there's a very good chance we're going to end up in a deal.
Even stopping to tour Elvis's Graceland and signing a replica guitar. A temporary de-escalation sending the Dow up more than 600 points. The price of crude oil plummeting to around $88 a barrel, down from more than $100 overnight. While the president also says he expects any deal could mean the Strait of Hormuz would be jointly controlled.
By who? Maybe me. Maybe me. You want the United States to be me and the Ayatollah, whoever the Ayatollah is, whoever the next Ayatollah. Look, and there'll also be a form of a very serious form of a regime change.
Now, as the war in Iran stretches on, higher gas prices are now starting to impact the Northwest's fishing and seafood industries. That includes things like filling up boats to head out to sea or fueling up trucks to drive fresh seafood inland to markets. The bottom line here, local businesses tell us suppliers they're raising their prices, some by $15 to $20 per delivery, which can add up to hundreds of dollars a week. And it's hurting fishermen, too, who worry things could get worse.
You know, worst case scenario is we might see seafood at a very, very premier price here in the not too distant future. But again, some of our fishermen are having to balance, is it even worth going out right now with the returns they're getting on it? So we could have a seafood shortage somewhere down the road here.
We also spoke with restaurant owners who say it's difficult to run a business with the fluctuations in gas prices and the growing uncertainty. Well, it's 6:09 and we are getting a live look from our Salem Sky Cam. All of the cherry blossoms there still in bloom. And speaking of the cherry blossoms, this is a live look at the University of Washington's campus. It's a little dark right now, but you can trust that there are blooming trees there as well. But yeah, still a little dark out there. I can't really see it, but you know, just trust us.
Probably should have showed that image first. I don't know.
Yeah.
The state capitals here in Oregon certainly showing that up. But you mentioned not a lot of light. Here's a look at our satellite radar. Today is a rainy day upcoming. So this is the dry period this morning in Portland. We've got rain to our north and then rain gathering offshore. And real quick for your timing, so very little rain in Portland between now and 8 o'clock, and maybe very little between now and 9. This shows 10 o'clock the main rain band moves in. It's raining much of the afternoon. This has it starting to move out around 4 p.m. So later this morning, throughout much of the afternoon, steady rain. And some noticeably breezy southwest winds with that today, at least bouncing 15, 20, 25 miles per hour here in the valley. So right now we're nice and quiet. It is cloudy and it is not cold. From the Vancouver, the Springs to the waterfront, 54 degrees, which is actually warmer than what Portland was all of yesterday afternoon. How about that? So temperatures actually went up overnight. 54 in Portland too. Vancouver the same. Battleground the same. Wilsonville, Tiger, 54, pretty popular. Anybody else? Albany, good morning, 54. All right, we have a 70-degree day expected in Burns for a high. No rain in southeastern Oregon and some sunshine much of the day. This would be late day rain chances in central Oregon, but for the most part, if you're going over into Bend or Sun River, you're looking at a dry day, late day showers moving out toward the blues. And of course, we talked about the rain here on the west side. Notice Timberline's temperature at 5 p.m., 37 degrees. That snow level today, 6,500 feet. And all rain at Cascade Pass level, and it could be mainly all rain at Timberline today as well. 56 today. Tomorrow it's a shower chance in the morning, but mostly we're looking at afternoon showers. 52 with snow levels down below Cascade Passes. And then that nice dry weather we've been showing you on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and that is your forecast.